our project, me and Carson decided to talk about immigration. So now I'm first going to start talking about family-based immigration while I'm still quoting the American Immigration Council website. So the family-based immigration category allows people to bring in their family from different countries. This family-based immigration system isn't the best system. They don't have a great way of trying to get as many people into the country as they can. It kind of contradicts itself. The government always tries to put a cap on how many immigrants come into the United States for each category. And for the family-based immigration category, this is where it starts. The number is determined by starting with 480,000 and then subtracting the number of immediate relative visas issued during the previous year and then the number of aliens paroled into the US during the previous year. Say for 2020 and 2019, they subtract the number of people who have a visa from 2019 from the 480,000 that they're starting at 2020. Starting again, any unused employment preference immigrant numbers from the preceding year are then added to this sum to establish the number of visas that remain for allocation through the preference system. So there is another system, and it's the employment system. So they take whatever remaining numbers that they have, number of visas that they have that weren't used for that system, and add it to the family-based system. So there's a lot of cross-contamination through the visas. Now I'm going to start again. However, by law, the number of family-based visas allocated through the preference system may not be lower than 226,000. The number of immediate relatives often exceeds 250,000 in a given year and triggers the 226,000 minimum for preference visas. As a result, the total number of family-based visas often exceeds 480,000. So I don't understand why our government created such a hard system in figuring out a cap to how many family immigrants there are. To me, this is part of the problem that our government is having with immigration, is because our own government doesn't know how to make a system that helps themselves before we help other people. There's no need to take from employment visa and then add it to the family-based visas. You should just be worrying about immediate family-based visas in their own separate category and then working on employment visas, because they are two totally separate things. A family might be trying to reconnect, and that goes with their with one of their principles in the reunification of families, but an employment visa goes with the principle of admitting immigrants with skills that are valuable to the U.S. economy. So now I'm going to be talking about the employment-based immigration system, and this is really starts to become fishy in the government system because they are not truly having only employment-based. And this is where the cross-contamination also makes an appearance of the family-based and the employment. So I'm going to quote again the website. The overall numerical limit for permanent employment-based immigrants is 140,000 per year. This number includes the immigrants plus their eligible spouses and minor unmarried children, meaning the actual number of employment-based immigrants is less than 140,000 each year. So while we could have 140,000 employees that are immigrating, we're actually not having that many, because part of that 140,000 every year is the employee, their wife or husband, their kids. And they could have multiple kids, and it's still taking away from people who are trying to be employed in America. Don't believe that this is fair to the workers at all, because like I said, it's taking away from the people who want to be employed in America. If an employee wants to bring their family with them to America, then their family should be applying for the family-based immigration system.
So the immigration system is messed up in a bunch of ways. I got a whole list of laws here with me. The system is too restricted in general. Immigrants, first of all, they wait in line for decades just to get into the country. And immigrants generally can't apply for permanent residency on their own. They need a lawyer, an American citizen, so it's hard to live here. let alone get in. And then workers with college degree only get 5,000 green cards. And children of temporary workers grow up here, wait in line with their parents for permanent residency, and get kicked out on their 21st birthday. Like, that means they wait in line with their parents to get the residency, like, to be able to live here. And then they get kicked out on their 21st birthday. Like, that's stupid to me. Like, if they waited in line just the same as their parents did, and they're, like, family, then you shouldn't have to get kicked out. Like, they're taking sons and daughters away from people that want to start here, too. And they have to start the process all over again that their parents did. And illegal immigrants cannot leave the country and then return to it. And I don't see a problem in that one. I mean, even how hard it is to become legal, if you're illegal and you leave, they're obviously not going to let you back in. That's just an opportunity for them to get you out. And the law requires immigrants to pretend that they don't want to immigrate. I don't even understand that one. I mean, it doesn't seem like much of a hassle, but I don't really get why. Temporary workers cannot easily change jobs, so whatever job you came for, better make sure you like it, because it's hard to switch them, because then you have to, like, hand in your papers and stuff. There is no opportunity to appeal visa permits. Visa denials. So, like, if you get declined a visa, like, you apply for one, you don't get one, you can't, like, send a rebuttal or a follow-up. Like, you can't go again. Like, once you get denied, you get denied. So there's basically no second chances. No mercy. And the president can ban any immigrants he doesn't like. Like, so if some dude walks up to Trump on the street and, like, says something stupid, you could just literally ban him. Just be like, alright, you could get out and just arrest him on the spot. Like, I doubt it's going to happen anytime soon, but, like, knock on wood, that's crazy. In America, this is a well-known one. America has closed borders with a few holes, basically the wall that we were talking about. So and this is surprisingly a small list for how many laws there are that are basically not really dehumanizing, but making it really hard for immigrants to live here. And I get saying it's a free country is free for the people that's inside of it, let alone it's not all that safe anymore. But immigrants, like, they just want opportunity, they want to start up a new life here, they obviously want to come here. And they take jobs that, like, normally people don't want to do. Like, that's the problem. America is lazy. Like, we need people that are going to work here. And the second part of the question is, Christians should care about this a lot, because Christians, Catholic social teaching is basically like mercy, like second chances and, like, forgiveness, and respecting and having the common courtesy for other people. And, like, this is basically saying, like, no, you get one chance, that's it, most of you are done. Like, that's way too strict. Catholic social teaching is second chances. Like, give them a second chance, give them a first chance, give them respect, treat them like you would want to treat anybody else, because they're still people. That's the OG problem with the world. And, it wants you all to live together and happy. Like, it's all about love, and it's not.
I believe that we should all take a stand to help people, regular immigrants and illegal immigrants, who are doing amazing things for our community and want to do amazing things for our community, help get into the country and stay in the country. I also think that we need to take a stand against people who are kept in cages and parents who are taken away and ripped from their children. As Carson was saying, it's not fair to kids who come into this country, who are waiting in line to get a visa, and then when they're 21 just get sent back to wait in the same line again. That's not fair. And it's also not fair that parents are getting ripped away from their children because their children were born here, so they're legal, but their parents aren't. There needs to be some sort of balance that either the government needs to be more strict in not letting illegal immigrants in, so we don't have this problem of parents and children and families being ripped apart, or we need to sit back and say, if you're a good person, then we're going to give you a citizenship. And different conversations that we could have about this topic, because it is so broad and is so opinion based. But because of the facts that me and Karsten have shared, and this is our opinions, we believe that Catholics need to take a stand in this important issue. All over the world, we need to make sure that Catholics are taking a stand for what's right and making sure that all people are being treated with human decency and human dignity is kept intact. Thank you.